Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. Listen, I'm glad to have you guys here. Today is Wednesday, the 9th of October, 2019. You know, everything's getting ready to fall to pieces in the financial system very soon, in the next few months, leading into this winter, quite seriously. And this is going to act as they've already begun the great print. Stealth quantitative easing has already begun, but this is just the first stage. Stage one. Stage two is going to be helicopter money. We're going into the greatest depression ever since the Great Depression. But this depression is different. This is a hyperinflationary depression. That was a deflationary depression in the 1930s. This is a different sort of animal altogether. This is going to be the big driver behind cryptocurrencies, gold and silver. And so let's get started. Let's take a look. Oh, one other thing I want to mention to you guys, if you guys been watching my channel for a while, you remember when Bitcoin was around $10,500? I was telling you we were going to go through this little bear market, and I said the floor would be at 8,000. Remember? Well, I'll tell you, I wasn't far off. It did break below 8,000 a little bit. It got down to like 7,900 or 7,800 or something like that. But I pretty much nailed it, guys. I pretty much nailed the floor of that little bear we were in, and now we're starting to pick up steam again. We're starting to get a little bit of energy coming into the space. Let's start the charts right here and take a look at what's going on. Cryptocurrency market capitalizations right now 231 billion and going up. We see all the coins going up today. Looking at Bitcoin dominance is 66.6%. And it's looking good. It's looking good, guys. You see in there all your coins you love are going up in price, you know? Now, what's going on? Bitcoin price analysis. This daily closure above $8,500 is critical for bulls, you know? And so we're soon to break above the 85 and stay above the $8,500 mark, but I don't see that as being really critical, to tell you the truth. What's critical is the fact that we're starting just at the beginning. They're trying to do it stealth. The Federal Reserve is trying to sneak this under the wire. But I mean, everybody knows if that it's actually quantitative easing. But because they're trying to sneak it under the wire like that, you know, so nobody can see it, gold has not really caught that much of a bid, neither is silver. And I don't really consider that Bitcoin and cryptos have really caught that much of a bid yet either, compared to what's coming, the tidal wave that's coming. You know, I'm going to tell you guys about tidal waves. Oftentimes before a tidal wave hits, people will be out in the shore, you know, out near the ocean and stuff, and they'll see the water recede away. If you ever see that happen, and the tide goes way out, you know, it's just before a tidal wave. And that's kind of the way the financial system works too. Just before the hyperinflation, generally you get a little bit of deflationary period, you know, that affects these assets that are going to go up during the hyperinflation. Okay, so let's move on here and let's take a look at this. It says crypto markets is days away from the next big crash. Dream on. Dream on. A big crash. I don't see a big crash coming. You know, I mean, cryptocurrency is here to stay. And what do they call a big crash? Are they calling that $500 down or something? A big crash? A big crash would be if crypto went back down to $3,000. That's what I would consider to be a big crash. I don't see that coming. I don't see it happening. I just don't see it. I don't think it's in the cards. I don't think you'll ever see $3,000 Bitcoin ever again. That's my opinion only. It's not financial advice, just my opinion. I do not think you'll see $3,000 Bitcoin again. Ever. But, you know, I mean, it's their opinions, and I absolutely love contrarian viewpoints. You know, because it makes you think. It activates your brain. It starts to, if you see somebody that's contrary and not going along with the crowd, And, oftentimes it's the contrarian people that make the best money because they're buying when everybody else is selling, you know. Anyway, let's take a look at this article right here. What is driving the broad-based cryptocurrency rally? And you know what's driving it? They said here what they think is driving it, to get to the nitty-gritty here, is they said analysis pointed to several factors, including central bank policy. You know what? That first factor, central bank policy, that's going to become the big, it's not the biggest factor right yet, but it's going to become a bigger and bigger factor as time moves on. And that's what's going to be the really big driving force behind cryptocurrency. Ultimately, in the end, is central bank policy. Because there's only two directions they can go with this crisis that's in the brewing. They can either try to print their way out, or they can let everything collapse. They're not going to let everything collapse. And they're showing you right now with their stealth quantitative easing that they're doing right now. They're not going to let everything collapse. Of course not. Because they would lose power if they let everything collapse. And they know that. They would be if they let everything collapse, the people that are in power would be in the biggest trouble they've ever been in their life. And they know that. They're not going to let that happen. Of course they're not going to let that happen. They're not stupid. They didn't get to be in power by being stupid people. They're smart. They want to maintain power. The only way they're going to be able to maintain their power is try to print their way out of this mess. This enables them to pay everyone. This way, the people that are on Social Security won't come chasing them down the street with their canes waving over their head, because they're not getting their Social Security check. Of course they're going to print. They're going to print the money to pay off all of these unfunded liabilities. So that's going to be the biggest driving thing. It says bullish sentiment surrounded the potential approval of the first Bitcoin exchange-traded fund and the latest progress reported by Binance. So there we have it, But this is just the beginning. Cryptocurrency, I have a price target. I was telling you guys, I got a little bit enthusiastic a few days ago, and I said my price target was $32,000 by the end of the year. A little bit enthusiastic. My original price target was $16,000. I think it's going to make the $16,000. Will it make the $32,000? Maybe, but it was a little bit of an enthusiastic. I was a little bit enthusiastic. It might not make $32,000, but I think it's going to make the $16,000. Thank you guys for listening to this show, and we'll catch you guys again very, very soon. Bye-bye, and remember to give me a thumbs up, and we'll catch you guys later. Bye.